It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Panthers and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago, and you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
2nd down and inches. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 40-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
7th play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nagar's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 75 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back, But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And how about this, a fake? The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's got his man on the out route. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. They'll look to throw. Keeps himself upright. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on fourth and goal.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Nagar's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now back to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. 6-0 our score after one.
4 down. Here we go. Watch seven.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. A good gain on first. Has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he'll give it here to his running back.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Completes it to Miller. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and 5. And now here's a carry heading left. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down and 4. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try to run this one in. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more. On hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big-time play there for New Orleans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And to give this time to the tailback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll look to throw here. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a first and goal.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Now the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Touchdown! It's complete. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Chris Nagar now for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going up top for Miller. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To number 86. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run on the draw. And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sideline throw It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
second and 3. Able to get him, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, Okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And to give this time to the tailback. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Seventh play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Glover. Now after the complete